Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Got a little carried away with myself. Rewind. Let me get you caught up on what I have here already, okay? You have a 9 of Cups and a 4 of Wands. You've got your wish fulfillment with your domestic happiness. The perfect marriage. You have vanity here in competition. They want your spouse. So they're going to come on strong with the love offers to try to get them not to choose you. So that's their challenge, is to make a love offer to one or both or whatever, and to keep you two separated. They're fighting for your position, for your spiritual throne. Okay, because you're a teacher. You've come through a lot of conflict, and you're a teacher, and they want your spiritual throne. You've learned a lot. They're in a tower. It's a sudden change. They didn't gain a victory with this competition. They're very aggressive right now and being very careless because they're suffering some restrictions, whether it be mental or otherwise. They're feeling like a victim because you left them and you moved on. You said, I'm out of here. I'm going to lay this burden down. I'm going to let it go. So you were able to hold your own. Your faith was tested, but you were able to maintain yourself, and you've got protection. And in the outgoing energy, we have this fighting still. They won't stop fighting with you. They don't want you to have peace. They don't want you to have domestic happiness. They don't care about family. They want your title and your position, and they need to marry you so that they can gain access to that, and then do what they do with the elimination process, and they already got their foot in, whatever. So in the subconscious here, we've got some more stuff. Wow, this came flying out. What do we got? Ooh, yeah, you're in the limelight here. You're in the limelight on a spiritual throne. You're a teacher. And they want to come in and, yeah, you're seen as perfect. So they want to come in and fight with you. It's weird. It's like their whole purpose is to search out what they perceive as perfection in the world and then go destroy it. It's like that's their only purpose. It's weird. They're in a tower over things. This snake has a compass of a tower. They didn't win the race. They were trying to get your compass. They didn't get it. They got a tower. They wanted your spiritual throne. They wanted your title of teacher, but they can't teach crap. They don't know anything. All they know is how to dress fine and speak as though they are something, but they're this. This is what they are on the inside. It's a nasty, rotten, vile energy on the inside that's envious of your spiritual, of your status, of your limelight position. You're seen as a giant. You're like this big energy, this big, magnificent energy. And what do we got here? Driver. This snake. They didn't win. They could be a driver of compasses, of life paths. And now they're suffering a tower. They're in an Eight of Swords energy. They're feeling restricted and isolated. Wise guy. A wise guy in a status of privilege. Feeling in an Eight of Swords. Okay? The reason why is because you loved. Leech. You're a sovereign being, and you boogied out of there. You're like, this relationship is over. You're like, this relationship is over, Snake. Leaving you behind. Leaving you behind. Ten of Wands here. This is the completion of this burden. I'm not carrying your burden anymore. They found it really entertaining to keep you in a Ten of Wands burden. And it could be that this is now their reward. They found it fun to put you in a Ten of Wands burden. But you got protection and you were able to stand up for yourself. Messenger. Somebody's got a message. Somebody's got a messenger. Or maybe you are the messenger. We've got conflict, territorial conflict. This could be, it's territorial conflict. It's a region, you know, within time. Martyred. Those who have been bringing conflict are being martyred. The competition could be martyred. Important. Oh, appearance. Somebody martyred. Five of Wands. Those who were bringing conflict are being martyred. This is important. They're being disconnected from the house. And this is justice. I see the house as the garden, you know. I mean, the story has been really convoluted and twisted, but it's the garden, and those who, these religious people who put others in a Ten of Wands burden for entertainment, they're being out of here. They're out of here. They're out of here. So they're going to approach you and they're going to try to convince you that you are the new role model, the new Joan of Arc, the new Mother Mary, the new whatever, okay? They're going to come at you as a really high vibrational Christed person. And they're going to say, you're the new it person. You're the new role model. You're the new queen. You're the new king. You're the new prince or princess. You're the new one that everybody's going to look at and say, that's what we need to emulate. They're going to try to come and sell you on that role so that they can continue in this leadership role themselves by guiding you to guide others. See, they're still in charge. They want to come and command you, lead you. And if they were that commander or that leader, then they themselves could be the role model. But they're not. They want to use you so that they can maintain their status of the authority. We found this person and God said blah, 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 whatever. Okay, whatever. The fact is nobody needs a role model. Okay, the fact is the Most High seeded everybody with a seed, and it's our job to go in and find that seed and discover what our gift is. What did He give us? We got to nurture the seed, sprout it, let it grow. Find out what our gift is, what we've been given. It's our job to do that. Nobody else's. But you look at other people who are nurturing their gift and finding out what their gifts are, and it's like, so they're nurturing it, they're doing the work, and some people look at that and they're like, ooh, I want that. And it's like, wait, what about your gift? See, the seed that is implanted in every individual soul is special to that vibrational frequency. And the world is in desperate need of that seed, you know? The benefits and the creativity and the specialness of it. But a lot of folks don't go in and find out, you know, first of all, that they have a seed, and then second of all, sprout it, grow it, maintain it, and freaking, you know, like trees, if you clip them properly, then they get fuller, right? And then but if you let them go, then they can get tall and spindly, and they're not really good for anything. They're not strong. You have to nurture your seed. You have to nurture your tree. You've got to nurture it. But these ones don't even want to nurture the seed. They just want to go chop other people's trees down. It's weird. For fun. All I'm saying is, that, you know, nobody needs a role model to, I mean, they might need a teacher to figure out how to go within to find the seed and nurture the seed, but they don't need to emulate anybody. Their seed is special and coded directly to their essence. Nobody else has a seed like that. And the world is in desperate need of it. That's why it has been planted. Third party vanity and competition for your Four of Wands and your Nine of Cups here in the central energy. They're challenged because you're a teacher and you are on your spiritual throne. In your love union, new love, in your new love union, on your spiritual throne, they wanna fight you with this Five of Swords. And during this fight, it could be that during this fight you handled it with perfection. During this fight, you handled it perfectly. So in the central energy, you were all going gung-ho for the partnership, the power of two. And these guys were in competition because they like the power of three, you know. Two guys to a gal, or two gals to a guy, whatever. And all their friends getting included in that, whatever, okay? That's your deal, that's your deal. All I'm saying is that there were definitely these two factions. And the faction with the power of two are on the spiritual throne as teachers in a new love partnership. People are talking. There's gossip. These third wheel enemies could be afraid of what people are saying. You handled this competition or this conflict perfectly. You're seen as a giant. People look up to you, perhaps. It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter. The snake is here in a tower. They went after your compass, and their compass led them directly to a tower. We've got appreciation. So there's appreciation, and we've got disagreements. So there is an appreciation, and everyone's in agreement with this tower for the snake. Nobody disagrees. Everybody knows that this snake didn't appreciate them, so they appreciate very much that this tower is hitting the snake. And their pathway. They didn't win. They got a chariot reverse. They're out of control. They don't have any control regarding driving the life paths of others or of another. This spiritual throne. They don't have any control. Reunion. They don't get to take part in the reunion. They don't get to interfere with this reunion. They were trying to flip this reunion. They don't get to take part in this reunion. They're not reunited. They're being bound. They're being bound away from this reunion. So they're not part of the reunion. They're not going to be part of the reunion. This Four of Wands. This wise guy. They're bound away from these Four of Wands unions. You're leaving it behind. You're leaving that baggage behind. You're a sovereign being. Irreplaceable. You're an irreplaceable sovereign being. The way you love can never be matched. This is this religious person or people, third-party enemies who were competing with these Two of Wands, Strength of Two. They were putting heavy burdens on you for entertainment, and this is the completion of that. They can't do it anymore. Chemistry, passion in the reverse. They can't use sex to bind people anymore. They can't use sex magic to gain contracts and bind people anymore. Nasty. Mutants calling themselves men. So you're in a Seven of Wands here. You were able to stand up for yourself. You have protection. There's a message. What's the message, Spirit? The messenger is they're overwhelmed, and stress from this is draining them. Five of Wands, competition and conflict, being martyred. Missed their opportunity. They were daydreaming about your soul contract, or somebody's thinking about you. Somebody that you're in a Four of Wands connection with, perhaps, is thinking about you and your new chapter together. This is all wrapping up. Those competitions are being martyred. They missed their opportunity. They're being held back. The prideful are being held back. There's unfinished business. There's still things to resolve, so it's not over yet. You are seen as inseparable. Moving into your destiny. These reflections are guilty and in regret. They don't know what to do because they've been found unworthy. People know their secrets. And they're confused because they're out of time. Their values were all about money. They want to mend the connection. They realized they made mistakes and it was an unexpected outcome. The truth is revealed about how they manage their responsibilities. And they're feeling your absence. Them and their girlfriend, their third party or whatever, they're feeling the damage because you're gone. And they're getting what they gave. They're experiencing what they gave. They're suffering the damage that they forced you to suffer through. Now they're heartbroken and shattered, stuck in their habits and broken, asking for forgiveness because they've been attached, detached. You don't have a soul tie anymore. Patience, everything happens in divine order. Nine of Cups and a Four of Wands. Vanity, competition, third parties. Boom. They wanted your... See, it's the strength of two together. And so alone, you two are really something. But when you come together, it's like, oh my gosh, right? You've got your freedom. You got your freedom. You've grown. You've expanded in consciousness and awareness. And this is over. There's a death to this third-party competition. You're on your spiritual throne. You're a teacher. You're in a brand new, innocent union. A new love. A strong new love. People are gossiping. That when you were alone, you were never alone. Like you were never alone. They thought you were alone, but you were never alone. And now they're realizing that. Everybody's talking. It's like, oh my gosh, everything is seen, everything is known. She was never alone, or he was never alone. You know, the Most High or whoever was always watching at what they were doing, how they were handling this conflict. And they were seen to handle it perfectly. They've earned their wings. They've earned their merit. They're seen as somebody who can withstand a heavy, heavy burden and challenge by many. Like you're a giant. The heavy load that these ones were putting on you. Look at this. A whole group of religious people. A whole group of religious people found it very entertaining to put this Ten of Wands burden on you. It was their gig. And so all of that, all them people and their third parties putting conflict on you trying to steal your spiritual throne. You're a giant. You can handle a huge amount of controversy. You're entering a new chapter. You're successful, and know that there's no greater goal than to love. This snake is in a tower. Their whole pathway is in a tower. And everybody's in agreement about it. And they're very appreciative about it. There's like doubt. The snake is having doubt. They're in a chariot reversed. They're being aggressive. They're out of control when it comes to driving the lives and minds of people. Honesty. We're in a cycle of truth-telling. This wise guy is in a status of privilege, and they are in an Eight of Swords, energy. They're feeling restricted because they can't take part in the reunion. They're not invited. They're in fear. Patience. Everything happens in divine order. It's one of the biggest things, you know, self-love and patience. You know, in the intensity of the final moments, you know, when everybody was trying to tear everybody down, right? Just scrambling up the spines, using their freaking, what are those called? Vertebrae, as a stepping stool, trying to climb up the spine of somebody else while they crush under their feet. It's weird. That's the visual I get. They're in grief because you're leaving. You move it on. The relationship ended. You're a sovereign being. You're seen as irreplaceable. And they're not in service to anybody. They're not a being of service. They don't get to go take part in the reunion because they're not a being of service. They're in regret. Because they failed to blame you for whatever it was they were doing. They failed to blame you for whatever it was they were doing. The relationship is ending, and you are seen as a sovereign being. Boy, they did a lot of nasty stuff, wearing masks and your energy, trying to set you up and frame you. Fortunately, you know, not everybody sucks at doing research. We got worried. You don't have to worry. There's nothing to worry about. These ones can't use passion against you. They can't use passion or sex against you. These third wheel enemies, they've been using sex to put you in a heavy burden. You don't have to worry anymore. They can't do that anymore. This religious entertainment group, whatever this group is, they can't do that anymore. You don't have to worry. You're protected. You're protected. And they've gotten the message, and they're overwhelmed and stressed out. They've gotten the message. You're protected in this. You're an abundant, limitless being. You can manifest whatever you want in this world. They're stressed out because they're being martyred. They're being martyred, and they're still dreaming about your soul contract, but they're being, and your purpose, but they're being let go. We got courage on the bottom of the deck, and perseverance. You're courageous. You persevered. You know that you have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You have a strong solar plexus energy. When you don't know what to do, you tune in. And you focus on the lighter side of life, on humor, and on friendships that you can trust. And maybe we're turning into this. We're going into a state of friendships that you can trust, that are balanced and harmonious, that are open to seeing both sides of this. How about you? Very compassionate friendships. None of these third wheel enemy things, you're going to be able to trust it. You're going to be able to believe in it. You're going to be able to know that what is said is the truth, and it will be honored, and it deserves respect. We're coming back into that status. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. So you've got your freedom here. You've grown. You've expanded in consciousness and awareness. You've got your 9 of Cups. Ooh, a wish come true. And a 4 of Wands. A reunion, harmony, domestic happiness, freedom, and marriage. Freedom is here twice. Freedom for you and freedom for your other. And those vain people who were, those third-party enemies who were competing for your status and privilege, there's a death here. So whether it be a literal death or just an ending of this competition, take it as it resonates. You're not in poverty. You're in a 9 of Cups, and you're free. You're on your spiritual throne. You are a teacher. When you are alone, you know that you're never alone. You are never alone. You are surrounded by family. And these ones are gossiping because they didn't expect that. They thought secluding you was going to be... They didn't believe in, for being in this energy, they didn't think that you were going to connect with the Most High while they were secluding you and hurting you for entertainment. Did they honestly believe that the Most High wasn't watching? Did they think Heavenly Father wasn't watching? They didn't. They didn't think that they were being watched. A whole community. They didn't think they were being watched. No marriage. They didn't get the marriage. Nope. They're in despair. You handled this perfectly. This was on the floor, and I picked it up, and it may as well be for this particular moment because that's when I found it. They've been denied. They've been denied a marriage, and they're in despair. They cannot take part in these contracts. These third wheel enemies that were in competition for your contracts, they can't have it. You are innocent. And you're going to start, you're going to birth something new, something pure, something beautiful and innocent. Something without corruption. A gift to the world, your creation will be. Whether it be a child or something that you're manifesting. courtship. So we've got a compass and a courtship. This is an appreciation, appreciated. And then you've got agreement. So, and then you've got this snake who is in doubt because they're in a tower. They were not able to drive this courtship, this union. Couldn't do it. Because the truth is out, the truth is seen. People are speaking the truth. People are speaking the truth about work that has been done to drive others, or to drive the minds or the life path of others. People are speaking the truth about it, or somebody is. A wise guy of privilege is in regret. They weren't of service to anybody. They're in victim mentality. They could be having some kind of a restriction. They don't get to take part in the reunion. They're not invited to the party. Patience, everything happens in divine order for the lovers. The lovers are patient. They knew, whether consciously, subconsciously, or internally, in another way, they knew that everything happens in divine orders, and they were patient. And it could very well be that these are the ones who are privileged. They are, and this wise guy has been resting in that status. He stole the identity, and he was not in service to anybody. And he's under adjudication. Doesn't get to attend the reunion. There won't be any reunion for this wise guy. He doesn't get to take any part in this new cycle because the truth is out. The truth is revealed. They're in regret, up in their thoughts, because you're a sovereign being and you're moving on. They failed to stick the blame. They couldn't blame you for really awful things that they were doing to try to frame you. They failed to blame you. You're seen as irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Their crappy illusions and the lies that this community tried to set you up with, it didn't stick. It didn't work. Somebody is very good at doing research. Imprisonment. This is the completion of your Ten of Wands burden. The religious folk who were doing this to you for entertainment are facing imprisonment. Ooh, and a coffin. For the work that they did trying to gain your great fortune. You don't have to worry. They can't use sex against you or passion of any kind. You are protected. They're getting the message, or they got a message, and they're overwhelmed and really stressed out about your abundance. This thief is overwhelmed and really stressed out about your abundance. They got the message. You get the abundance. This false person who brought you conflict is being martyred. somebody's longing for you, somebody you're in a soul contract with. We got purpose. You have a purpose together. Wealthy man in the reverse. So this false person is losing their wealth because they're losing you. Because you're not in poverty, because you're in a Nine of Cups energy, you're not in poverty. The wealthy man loses his money because they couldn't take your status, your title, your abundance, your inheritance, because they couldn't get a contract with you. Message of concern. Your high honor and your pathway is open. And they are under adjudication on the distant horizons. Getting the message. Or maybe somebody sent a message about what was happening in a family room. This privileged lady has expectations of being in the house or getting a house or having a position within the house, and unexpected income. She could be an official person. She's a gift. And she's here with the main, oh my gosh. Main male and main female are making a change. Mature man and mature woman going on a journey. They're concerned. Oh. So a mature man and a mature woman are concerned and in bad health. And going on a journey for what they did, trying to get this set and well. So, the mature man and the mature woman are out, and the main male and the main female are in. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. You're innocent. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Promise. Promise. You have a promise. A promise of eternal love. And wonderful ideas, freedom, expansion, growth, adventure. You are a good, kind, and moral human. And you've got a vow. Mercy. You're on your spiritual throne. And this community is going through withdrawals. They've been rejected. They couldn't get a contract with you. They couldn't get a contract with you. The masks came off. The masks came off. You saw them for what they were. They want to compromise. There's no family. There's a tower. This snake is in doubt. The family's been turned upside down. And they didn't get a win over the strength of two together, the power of two. So the third party enemy did not get a victory over the strength of two together. The power of three did not win over the strength of two. It didn't work. And I can't believe that just came to me. I mean, it's like you got the power of three, could not overcome the strength of two. The power of three could not overcome the strength of two. They're not calm. Robbery, religion, religious robbers. Wise guy, not in service to anybody. Not invited to the reunion. Mentally restricted, in regret by those of privilege, lovers. The lovers who are of privilege, who had patience, everything happens in divine order. They're together. Yeah, these ones, they didn't care at all. They didn't care about you or their family. They don't care about family. They didn't care about you. They blamed you for stuff and they failed to make it stick. The masks came off. It wasn't you. It wasn't the wife or the husband. It was whoever this third party enemy is. Pretending to be you, doing stuff. Death. Wow. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say wow so often, but it's a thing. I'm old. Okay. And I'm often surprised by stuff, and it seems to be the word that I like best. So anyway, we've got religion, entertainment, putting people in a 10 of wands, burden, using sex and passion to do so. You don't have to worry anymore. They can't do that. That was the job that they did to gain great fortune. They've got imprisonment, coffin, and death here. This is the end of your heavy burden. You're leaving this behind with the 7 of wands. You're protected. You have persevered. The thief got a message. They're overwhelmed and stressed out. You're an abundant being. You are abundant. You've got all this abundance coming to you, and you have alliances. Your alliances see you as trustworthy, honest, and compatible. This false person is no longer a wealthy man. They're being martyred. Whoever was bringing conflict to you, they're being martyred. Somebody's daydreaming about you, or and because whoever you're in a soul contract with, whoever you're in purpose with, your sweetheart is daydreaming about you. You're in purpose with the strength of two together. You're in purpose with your sweetheart. They're daydreaming about you. You've got a soul contract with them. We've got evidence and an investigation happening regarding what? There's proof and evidence that you're worth saving. You're worth saving. You're a high value person. You're a sweetheart. You are irreplaceable. These ones tried to make stuff stick. They tried to say you didn't care. They were blaming you for stuff that they were doing. They were wearing masks, but it was never you. sovereign being. Man, these ones were collaborating. Oh, what's going on? Wait a second. So, there's evidence of what's going on. You are worth saving. You're a high-value person. And there's folks collaborating together to make certain that you have sweet dreams and receive good news and triumph over these disturbances. Who are hesitating and confused because this is a conclusion and you gain. You have succeeded with your alliances here. And now they're in a conflict and in a nightmare. Being dominated and losing stuff. Frightened. See, you're a blessing, and they're frightened because of what they did to you. They were tempted, and they took bribes to hurt you, and now they're in a natural disaster. They're in a risky situation. Their coach fed them a fantasy. They want to apologize for trying to separate you. Because you are high value and you're getting married. They tried to separate you. And they're being stopped. And they're stressed out because they remember what they did when they were bullying you. Out of pride, trying to get your gift. Your fated gift. And now they're going to get loneliness and danger and homelessness. It's what they gave you. Somebody who loves themselves and who could stay relaxed and balanced and inwardly harmonized even through all that. And it's time. It's the scheduled time. It was all a fantasy. And now they're bound to the commitments that they made while doing rituals. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Faithful. So they were not faithful in the mind, in the mind, in the mind, in the room, in the mind. They were not consistent. They're going through withdrawals. This whole community is going through withdrawals because you've received aid. You're high merit, high value. You're coming into eternal love. You're in your union here. In your status, in your position with your spouse. The enemy can't hurt you. The enemy failed. They're going through withdrawals. The masks came off. They're not you. They were trying to fight for your position, for your marriage, but they weren't you. The mask came off. and now they want to compromise for all the fighting that they did. They've been denied. They're in despair. You're seen as perfect. You're a giant. You like handled all this controversy. My new favorite word. So you're in a new chapter. You got success. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. You're seen as innocent. You're a big giant. You're in the limelight position. You're seen as perfect. You handled this perfectly. The merchant is in the reverse. These ones want to compromise with the merchant. I don't know. They got something going on with the merchant. The snake is having doubt. Their family is flipped upside down. They're in the whole tower. Their family is in the whole family of this snake is in a tower. And they're in doubt. They don't have any hope. No hope. Chariot reversed. They were working hard to drive people. They're not in a calm state. The truth is out and seen and known. Priest. Letter in the reverse. Not getting a message. Ignored a message. Hiding a message. Misfortune. Soldier, misfortune. A priest, a soldier, misfortune. A priest, soldier, misfortune. The lovers are patient. They know everything happens in divine order. They are privileged. They are sovereign beings in the limelight position. This wise guy was not in service to anybody. They robbed, through religious practices, this status of privilege. They're in regret, and now they are being bound. They're thinking about they're not reunited with whoever it was that they were abusing. They can't. Journey. They could be going on a journey. They failed to blame her or him for whatever it was they were doing. Because they tried to say that this person didn't care about the family, and that was a total and complete lie. They are the ones who didn't care. They didn't care about love. They didn't care about their spouse at all. What a scumbag. What a scumbag. You're not in despair. You're seen as irreplaceable. This servant failed to blame you for whatever it was they were doing. This is the completion of your Ten of Wands burden. This religious person who was hurting you for entertainment, they've got the death card, the coffin card, and the imprisonment card. They can't use passion or chemistry to hurt you anymore, or anybody. You don't have to worry about that anymore. That occupation that they use to gain great fortune, they can't use sex to gain great fortune anymore through these third wheel enemy situations. There's an old woman who is in melancholy about the happiness regarding this marriage. You have protection from this thief who got a message. They're overwhelmed. You've got alliances. You're an abundant being. You're seen. The truth is out. And they are a bunch of pleasure seekers. Slandering your name. Bringing chaos, lies to a sweetheart. So this sweetheart, oh my gosh, we got sweetheart out here twice. Holy moly. So your sweetheart is that you're in a soul contract with and in purpose with is thinking about you, sweetheart. We got two sweethearts here in purpose together, daydreaming about each other on their soul contract. Love. 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 Somebody is signed. So you got love. Sweet, sweet love. And somebody's signed. They want to have a conversation because it's over. They want to talk. But it's over. You got the house here. Something going on with the house. A widower and a young woman are sick and going to prison. Alrighty everyone, I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!